In the heart of West Africa lies a city that once commanded power, wealth, and awe, Benin. But this is not the Republic of Benin. This is not the small country once called Dahomey. This is the Kingdom of Benin, a mighty empire built by the Edo people, whose legacy stretches back over 1,000 years. To understand the greatness of Benin, we must go back to a time before Obas, before Portuguese traders, before bronze plagues. We must go to the time of the Ogizos. The land that would become Benin was already alive with human ingenuity. The Edo people farmed, hunted, smelted iron, and carved out communities in the forest. From these small groups rose the first organized state, Igodomigodo. Its rulers were called the Ogizos, rulers of the sky. For centuries, they governed the Edo people, laying the cultural foundations of what would one day become the Benin Empire. But power, as history often teaches us, is fragile. When Ogiso Owodo faltered in the 13th century, his failures angered the people. He was overthrown, and in the chaos that followed, a powerful leader named Evian emerged. Evian was no king, but a respected chief and earth priest. He restored order, yet when he tried to hand power to his son, the chiefs refused. The Edo people were at a crossroads. They wanted legitimacy, stability, and a new dynasty. So they looked outward to the sacred city of Ile-Ife. According to tradition, emissaries traveled to Ife, seat of the Yoruba civilization, and returned with a prince called Oromiyo, son of the legendary Oduduwa. Oromiyo's arrival changed everything, but not everyone welcomed him. He was a foreigner, and the politics of Benin were complex. Resistance was fierce, led by Ojamwen, son of Evian. Battles were fought, alliances tested. Though Oromiyo prevailed, he soon found ruling the Edo people more difficult than he imagined. In frustration, he is said to have declared, "Only a child born of the land can rule this kingdom." He returned to Ife, leaving behind his son, Eweka. And so, Eweka was crowned the first Oba of Benin. This moment marked a turning point, the birth of a dynasty that would endure for centuries. Under the Obas, Benin began to grow. The 15th century brought its greatest transformation under Oba Oweare the Great. Oweare centralized power, strengthened the army, and expanded the kingdom's reach. The city of Benin became a marvel, surrounded by massive moats and walls, some of the largest earthworks ever constructed. Merchants and emissaries from across Africa, and soon from Europe, spoke in awe of its wealth and organization. By the late 15th century, Portuguese sailors arrived on the West African coast. What they found astonished them: a powerful kingdom with an organized army, bustling markets, and a city unlike any other in Africa. Trade blossomed. The Portuguese brought brass, copper, and firearms. In exchange, Benin offered ivory, pepper, cloth, and later, tragically, slaves. The brass that arrived from Europe became the foundation for Benin's most enduring legacy, its art. From the 15th to the 16th century, Benin's artists, organized into powerful guilds, produced masterpieces. The Benin bronzes, intricate plaques, and sculptures cast with astonishing detail. The ivory masks worn by kings, sacred, delicate, eternal. The brass heads of obas and queens, symbols of lineage, divinity, and power. These works did more than decorate. They recorded history. Every battle, every ceremony, every Oba's reign, cast forever in bronze and ivory. Benin had entered its golden age. But as centuries passed, the cracks began to show. The strength of Benin's kingship depended on unity, yet succession disputes tore the kingdom apart. The 18th century was marked by instability, civil war, and weakened leadership. While trade with Europeans continued, internal struggles eroded the kingdom's power, and across the seas, a new threat loomed: the expanding power of the British Empire. In 1897, tensions between Benin and Britain erupted. A British delegation sent against warnings was attacked near Benin territory. London seized the opportunity. An expeditionary force of thousands marched on Benin city. What followed was brutal. The city was burned, its treasures looted, thousands of Benin bronzes were shipped to Europe, scattered across museums and private collections. The kingdom was absorbed into the British Protectorate of southern Nigeria. The great empire of Benin had fallen. Yet, the story of Benin did not end in 1897. The dynasty of Obas continues to this day, though without political power, still serving as custodians of culture and tradition. The city of Benin remains vibrant, a center of history, art, and pride. And around the world, the call for the return of the Benin bronzes grows louder. More than artifacts, they are the voices of the people, testifying to an empire that once commanded the forests of West Africa and influenced the world. The story of Benin is the story of resilience. From the Ogizos to the Obas, from golden age to colonial conquest, the Edo people built a civilization whose legacy still shapes the world. The Kingdom of Benin, an empire of warriors, an empire of art, an empire that never truly died. This is the Update People TV.